When you think of museums, what comes to mind? Perhaps a beautiful building that contains beautiful works of art, or another that houses artifacts. Webster's dictionary defines them as institutions devoted to the procurement, care, study, and display of objects of lasting interest or value. And lucky us, San Diego County is rich when it comes to museums.
We're all about showing everybody the museums that San Diego has to offer and making them more accessible.
Bob Lehman is executive director of the San Diego Museum Council. The group has sponsored Museum Month since 1989.
All the museums get together and offer half-price admission. And what you do is you go and get a museum pass that looks just like this at any Macy's in San Diego County or at any public library. There's over 80 locations.
When you think of museums in San Diego County, Balboa Park probably comes to mind. And there are 17 of them spread throughout this lush landscape. But there are so many more museums in this county outside the confines of this park. One of them on the water at the Embarcadero. It's San Diego's Maritime Museum.
We start out as part of the San Diego Zoo.
What? The zoo? We'll let Maritime Museum President and CEO Ray Ashley explain.
The plan was for there to be an aquarium on the waterfront as part of the Zoological Society. Grape Street would link the aquarium to Balboa Park and the zoo, and the Star of India was going to be the centerpiece.
That was in 1927. The aquarium separated from the zoo in 1948, and that's when it became the Maritime Museum. By the 70s, the museum's board of directors realized the museum needed more ships.
They acquired the Berkeley to be a museum building, and then just the Medea kind of came along about the same time. So that was 3 ships, and now it's expanded to about 9 from that. So we have a much larger collection of vessels. We're telling a much larger narrative, a much larger story.
There's the Dolphin, a U.S. sub that holds the world record for the deepest dive ever. Other ships include the Surprise, used in the Russell Crowe movie Master and Commander, and a particular point of pride for the museum, the San Salvador, built here largely by museum volunteers. The Berkeley, that began its life in 1898 as a ferry boat traversing San Francisco Bay. It serves as the museum's building, but not for much longer. A new museum building is in the works.
We'd move all the ships out some distance, about 100 feet away from the Embarcadero, and then the building would go right about kind of where the Berkeley is now.
But for now, there's plenty to see at the Maritime Museum, one of more than 45 museums from Oceanside to the South Bay, where you and 3 friends can get 50% off the rest of this month. John Carroll, KPBS News.